Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Survivor Samoa. Last week, Kelly was the sacrificial lamb. Blindside. Okay, so now the tribe is split. There's the Russell lovers and the Russell haters, namely Old Glue and Old Foa Foa, basically, and Shambo. So Russell begins the search immediately once he finds out that the hidden immunity idol is going to be back in play. He's running all over the place, looking around. He knows he needs to win the the reward challenge, because there's probably going to be another clue for the immunity idol. So Shambo's doing a little work of her own on the side. She's trying to convince John to vote to get rid of Laura if Laura doesn't win immunity. And that's a risky move, because John may or may not betray her confidence. So it's time for the reward challenge, and they're going to be in 2 teams of 5. And one person on each team is going to be face down in this cradle. And it's more like a stretcher. And they're going to be pulled by 4 ropes from the other 4 people on the team to try and maneuver to get flags in order and put them in a rack. So the 2 people in the cradle, one was Natalie and the other one was John for his team. And the reward is a plane ride to the neighboring island, a picnic lunch, but wait, a new palm pre to take pictures with. I thought for sure that they were going to get to make a phone call to home or something since they whipped out the cell phone, but not so. Alright, so Natalie was really good at this. It's a good thing they put her in the cradle, because she was like hanging halfway out of it, and she was really good, and she was probably a lot lighter than John, so she was easier to maneuver. So yeah, her team won it because she totally blew through it. So that was the team of Dave, Russell, Laura, Brett, and Natalie, of course. So at the reward, that Palm Pre takes excellent pictures. And I'm definitely thinking my contract is up in like December, and I do have Sprint. I'm thinking I'm getting a Palm Pre as opposed to a Blackberry. So the feast was amazing as usual. Survivor is always really good about the feasts. They had macaroni and cheese and pie and hot dogs and all kinds of stuff. Why does Natalie look so good? She's out in the middle of nowhere with nothing. That girl's just naturally beautiful. And yeah, just as we thought, the clue for the hidden immunity idol was a message on the phone and a short video showing that it's hidden somewhere under a moss-covered rock. But meanwhile, back at camp, Jaison and Mick, they're trying to sway Monica. Pretty poor choice, gentlemen, because she's pretty shifty. And she's got the wheels turning in her head, and she's thinking that Shambo is the one that is going to ruin things for Galoo. And she's right. So immediately back from the reward, Russell is running around like a maniac. He's starting already. He has to have the idol. Dave's pretty quick and decides that he's going to chase him around and see everywhere that he goes. And Russell is just so friggin' smart. He takes off and ditches Dave. Best move ever. Goes back to where he thought he saw the moss-covered rock from the phone. And sure enough, the freaking immunity idol is under that rock with the moss. I am going to call it right here. Russell is the ultimate survivor. I've never seen a player play so well as Russell. Congratulations, Russell. In my mind, in my heart, you've won the game already. Alright, so Monica tells Laura that they want her out. So Laura's little wheels in her tiny head start turning, and yeah, it's time for the immunity challenge. So it's going to be in 2 parts. Each person is represented by 3 tiles in different colors. And you have to pick up a rock. You have to break your own tiles to earn spears. You can get up to 3. And then part 2 is you shoot the spear at a target, and the old shuffleboard way of figuring it out, the closest one to the center wins. So Brett broke 2. Dave, lousy, broke one of Monica's. Mick ended up winning individual immunity. Even though Brett had the 2 spears, he couldn't beat Mick's score. So, back at camp, Shambo tells Brett, I'm voting for Laura, no matter what. I want that bitch out. So yeah, wheels start turning on old Galoo, and Monica comes up with a plan to vote off Natalie by using John as a pawn. And when he finds out that he is a pawn, he's pissed. He doesn't want any part of that. Well, maybe not yet. So Russell convinces John, you gotta at least give us a tie. And if it's a tie, consider changing your vote. Otherwise, if it's 2 ties in a row, the rules of Survivor say you have to draw a rock, and the different colored rock is the person who goes home. So it's a real crapshoot. You don't want that. You want to be sure about who's going home, and you want it to be Laura. So at Tribal Council, Laura totally stabbed Shambo with her dagger eyes. She hates Shambo, and just as much Shambo hates Laura. So Jeff is amazed by the whole what if it's a tie situation. How can you be okay with just rolling the dice and seeing what happens? He's incredulous, and he's getting very excited because this is an amazing vote. So no idol was played. I think Russell feels pretty confident, and I don't think anybody else really knows that he has the idol. So, at least nobody on Galoo. So it ends up being a tie between Natalie and Laura. The plan was that they were going to tell everybody that they were voting John and vote and vote Natalie as the pawn in the end. So it's time to re-vote. Oh, it was so sweet. They got down to the last vote, and Laura was voted off. And Dave, oh my God, he was amazed and pissed all at the same time. John ended up changing his vote. Good for you, John. So Laura, see ya, evil viper velociraptor Laura. Oh, I didn't like her at all. Next time, Russell, he's going to be causing some trouble. And Shambo, she's the new leader. Till next week, much love.